Hey there, your Sensei Rain here. This tutorial is for those of you that are thinking, wow, my model looks more like a gorilla than an anime girl, but also for anyone who generally isn't perfect at modelling, including myself. I always try to draw up some kind of detailed reference to you so I can keep myself grounded when it comes to working in 3D. And honestly, use as many references as you can. References are great, okay? Make sure to go into the description and download the reference sheet we're going to be using today so you can follow along with what I'm doing. And also, yes, this is me giving you permission to use it however you need to, however it helps you. I'm not going to own you after you use it. I'm not going to own your model. Or will I? Let's get going, shall we? So like I said earlier, if you just go to the description and download the reference images we'll be used today, get it in your documents and make sure you're in object mode so you can import it, and then you just drag and drop it on. Now what you want to do is you want to click on this thing that says empty here, and also let me turn on screencast because I should have screencast on. So click on empty and we're going to go to this here, object data properties. So click on that and you want to put depth to front and you want to turn transparency on. I say put this value for now at 0.3 and that should be good for now. Alright, so we're going to scale this down, keeping in mind what these boxes represent. So right now the character that we were modelling was about 160 centimetres. I'm thinking to make her a bit taller. So just make sure you've got that image in a good place. We grab that. Keep an eye on where everything is. Let's make her a bit under 170. Just a little bit. And if you increase the opacity a little bit, you'll see that there is a line down the center that will help you to line stuff up. So to line things up a bit more perfectly, let's get it these lines lined up. So select it, press grab and then X to grab it in the X direction. Now that would be locked to the X, and try and line this up as best as you can. It doesn't have to be absolutely perfect, but as close as it can get to. Grab in the X direction. That seems good to me. Let's get transparency back down, 0.3. I'm going to make sure the bottom of these feet hit that line. So grab in the Y direction, grab in the Z direction, I mean, not Y. Let's put that there. About that. It's okay if it's a bit under, because this is more of a... See how all these toes flatten out? This isn't exactly perfectly from the front view, so it's okay to put it under. I'm not going to be using the hand references exactly like that. So now you've got this all lined up. Let's turn to that position, numpad 3. Grab in the Y direction and let's push this back. You can push it as far back as you need to, and it'll still be in a fine place. So I'm going to put the opacity down a little bit more. Alright, so let's look above the model a little bit when we do this part. So what we're going to do is we're going to Shift D to duplicate. We're going to right click once to snap it back, and then we're going to grab in the Y direction and pull that forward. And then we're going to rotate 90 degrees. Nope. Rotate Z 90. And then we're going to grab that, and pull it out in the X direction. Now, let's look at it from this view. I'm going to press G to grab, and then Y in the Y direction. I'm going to bring it forward just a little bit, just so it lines up with the model. You know what? Let's bring this model back. Why not? Let's grab in the Y direction and have it like that. Looks like my camera went out for a little bit. Alright. So these are going to be our references. We have a head from the side view, and we have the body from the front view. So let's try and match these up. Let's turn off the head layer for just a second so we can have these line up a little better. So turn the head off for just a second, and I'm going to grab the bodice, and we are going to not scale it, since everything seems to be in a decent position. We're going to go to edit mode, or you can click the modeling tab. I'm just using edit mode so you can see my screencast keys. I'm going to bring some of these shapes up. So actually, let's turn on X-ray. Let's select this whole area up here. I'm going to grab in the Z direction, bring it up. Gonna grab this in the Z direction, bring it up. And the feet, let's leave the feet for now. Sorry if you can hear anyone in the background. My brother's being quite loud. So let's grab this and just move it appropriately. Actually, this would be easier. So grab it, double tap G, bring it up, grab it, double tap G, bring it up. Got these. Will that work? No. Grab that, double tap G, and this, grab, put it here. Grab this, this. Oh, turn off proportional editing. Let's rotate that. To get it in a good position. Seems good. Alright, so what we're trying to do is follow this reference sheet as closely as possible. So let's scale that down just a little bit. Grab in the Z direction and pull this down. Scale that down just a little bit. Grab in the X direction, straighten it out a bit. Grab in the Z direction. Just trying to get these shapes looking a lot nicer. See if we can follow this curve a little bit. Bring these out. Now, I do believe it would be rather useful to turn on a subdivision soon. So we will be doing that. I'm not sure in this video or in the next one, it depends how long this one is. Let's grab that, scale that down. With my style of drawing, I usually end up with pretty big feet and hands, which I like, but I know not everybody likes that, so if you feel that your feet are too big or too small, you don't have to follow this reference perfectly. You don't have to follow it perfectly. It's just a reference after all. So scale, grabbing the X direction, pinch this in, bring that up a bit too. And this one, grabbing the X direction as well. Smooth this out. And this. See if we can grab that up. Not really. Grabbing the Z direction. Pull that way. This whole thing has to be moved across. Scale X. Grab X. So rotate this a little bit. That fits there. Bring this down, rotate that a little bit. If you want to have bigger feet, feel free to make them bigger. Alright, so this is generally the same shape. Generally. What I do want to do is get rid of these loops because they are going to add a little bit of complexity to it. So let's see what we can do about them. It's going to be very similar to what we did last time. So we have this loop here, but also on the back, this one and this one. So let's get out a plane. This is going to basically be me just explaining what I'm doing with the whole getting rid of loops. You don't need to copy this. This is just an example. So if we hit Control R, add some loops to this thing. Let's bring these loops down. So what I want to do is, let's say I want to get rid of this loop and this loop, or this one, and this one. Right, so what I'll do is I'll do Control R, do that, drag it in the X direction. Let's grab this one too. And hit K. Now, when I do this, I create these shapes here. The square with the triangle, the square with the triangle, and if I delete this line and this line, X, dissolve edges, this loop starts going in a different direction. But also what happens is I can do this, and I can do this. And suddenly we've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 faces on this side, and 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 faces on this side. So if we don't delete those yet, and we keep going, so let's do this shape here. Let's delete these. X dissolve edges. And then we also do, let's get this here. So there's no triangles. We're trying to avoid triangles, which is why you do such a complicated thing, I guess. X dissolve edges. Okay, this is the shape. This is the shape we're looking for. X dissolve edges. X dissolve edges. So 6 down to 3. Now these shapes here and then these shapes here, they flow quite nicely into each other. This loop here, this loop here, this loop here, and these go straight down, which is good. And then you could keep going as much as you need. So let's do Control R, 2 of those, let's drag them across. Drag this across too. I'm gonna hit K. Let's add another loop here. And let's try and direct the flow down one side. So if I cut a line, say here, I have to get rid of these two. So X dissolve edges, and then we're doing it in the opposite direction. Not do that in that direction. Add a cut here. And we'll be getting rid of these dissolve edges, and then get rid of this dissolve edges. And we just went from 3 to 2. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and then 1, 2, 3, and then 1, 2. We could go to 1. Believe can't do something there, but you could add another loop. And then add a triangle here. Get rid of that one and that one. Dissolve edges, and that works as well. So if you've got a shape like this and just one line, you're gonna have to add an extra loop. It depends what you need, but that is basically how to do it. If you I'm gonna add the same video in the description again, so you can follow along someone who's done this more times than I have. Instead of following along with me, just follow along with them, and once you do it enough times, you'll be able to figure it out. Even if you encounter like a bump or something, and then you'll be a pro at deleting loops in no time. Now, since I do want to put some loops across, let's try and put some here. So let's put 2 here, and hopefully that helps. We're gonna get the knife tool, so let's just hit K. We want to get rid of these lines, so we're gonna make a triangle like this. And it's like that, it's like that. X dissolve edges. We got this here, so select that, select that, select that. X, select these, and X dissolve edges. Let's go to the bottom of the foot and do the same thing. Let's just remember where that is, so ignore that loop. We get our knife with K. Make this triangle shape here. And we're gonna select this and this. X dissolve edges, and this middle line here, X dissolve edges. Now the mesh will be a lot cleaner. Way cleaner. Going to be a lot easier to work with. Good. So actually I do want to smooth this out. Let's just smooth these out as best as we can. And this one too. Oh, actually, I don't have... Yeah, okay. Try to select everything on the loop when you're trying to smooth stuff out. Smooth stuff out. Did I turn that off? Okay. Smooth that. And this one too. Smooth it out. And this area here. But not a lot. And this area here. Just make sure these shapes are more rounded rather than jagged. This is also why I'm always going to recommend people to try working with as little vertices as possible in the start, because you don't want to be doing this. See, we only have 3 loops right here on the leg. Imagine having 10 loops and having to smooth all of them out. It'd be a nightmare, right? This is why we work with as few as possible at the start. Scale this. I'll add another loop here. We can round out this area of the leg. I'm going to turn on proportional editing and grab and pull at these dots positions. Let's do this on... Actually, just the front is fine. Right, so let's pull at this to round out that shoulder a little bit. I'm going to need to add another loop here. You can get this shape round it. And we are actually going to attach the hands today too. Should be good. So yeah, I mean, judging by the time, definitely not going to be able to add the subdivider just yet. We'll do that tomorrow, and I will try my best to put out a video tomorrow too. Let's see how this is supposed to be looking. All right, we're bringing everything back. So let's just select all with A. So A to hit all and double A to deselect all. So grab in the Y direction. I'm gonna put this here for now. Now, if you can see, I didn't do the entire body for this left side. That's because I wanted to A, save time on drawing, but also B, it's not that hard to do the other side when you have the front done. So what you do want to make sure is these shapes are kind of round, and right now they are looking a little bit round. So I'm now just going to try and round out these shapes, but also get that butt back on the model. Let's get these shapes right. I'm going to bring it back and scale in the Y direction. We're on this side, let's not edit the X direction. And also, I'm gonna try and include another reference of a side profile, so you can use that if you get too stuck. Let's just try and get these shapes doing okay. Oops. Oh, now my screencaster gone. Okay. I guess let's like this leg going a bit more straighter down. And since that is the case, gonna bring these back just a bit and get this scaled in the Y direction. I mean, she has quite rounder calves in these, so do not be afraid to make that thicker. We can come down here and scale this a little bit in the Y direction, push it forward. And push this a little bit forward too. It's more of a bum shape. Now I'm actually going to recommend to hide this arm here. So just select it, H to hide, so I can see the body a bit better. So this dipping in around this area is good. Let's go back to the front. So it's this line. Let's straighten that out a bit, just a little bit. Scale in that direction. Bring that up. Yeah, so this is the middle line. We want to have that shape there, and this going out just a little bit. To be the front, we need to have some supports on the back as well. Let's bring that out. Look more like a body. Can add another loop cut here if we need to, but for now it's okay. Just need to have this shape. So this shape is a good shape. Now what you do want to try and do is try and get try to have a mesh that have these squares here, these individual squares, a similar size to each other. So I'd add a loop here and a loop here, just so there's not this huge rectangle. But whether you do that or not, it's not really going to affect the model that much, or much at all. So let's undo hide. Let's get these hands attached. Let's turn that off. So there is a lot to get rid of here. I want to start with these lines. So So let's do, oh actually, can't do loop cut here, so let's do loop cuts here. So put 2 there, and let's see. So let's start at this end, do a triangle here, triangle here. Also wondering, could you bring it further down? No, let's not bring it further down. So select this line and this line, X, dissolve edges, and also here, X, dissolve edges. So that's one down. Okay, do it here as well. So here and here. Select this line and select this line, X, dissolve edges. And here as well, X, dissolve edges. Alright, now for the thumb. Gonna bring it over here. So okay, do that. X, dissolve edges. But also X, dissolve edges. No, not that. So we'll have that going into there. Let's see actually. Let's do this the opposite direction. Do this like this. Because that's going to meet up with the other side. So X, dissolve edges. So that's one. And then also on this side. Okay, here to here. And X, dissolve edges. And then we can grab this line here. Grab this line here, X, dissolve edges. And that's good. So this thumb will go around this area here. So that's that side. We're going to do this side. We've already done the thumb. So on this line here, okay. Go here and here. Then with these two, let me double check. Okay. So we've done these two and then these two. Okay. Here and here. Gonna select this one, this one, this one, and this one. X, dissolve edges. Let's get rid of these middle areas. Dissolve edges there, and that's all good. Now ideally, I don't really want that there. I'd rather have this pushed further up, so see if we can push this further down the hand. Hit G to push it up. Actually, if that's the case, let's turn on X-ray. Let's just hit G, put that there. And just hit G again. Push that out there. Grab these. Can I grab these like that? No, let's not do that. Just grab the top ones. these three, these three. Yep. Double tap G, push them out, then select this edge. Yep. Double tap G, push that out. Okay, nice. Now I've got a good space. And a lot of loops around where the thumb moves. Now this, I'm gonna smooth it out a bit because it's a bit messy. Let's see what we can do here. Smoothing. Not bad, but just warp the hand a bit too much. Do that for now. Alright, so these loops are cleaned up. Let's see. Let's try and add another loop here. So let's bring this around the shoulder. So Control R and Control R on this side too. And what I want to do is to bring this around. So let's add 2 loops here. We'll do it this direction. So, okay, here, and K here. That does make more sense. I'm going to select this and select this, X, dissolve edges, and we're going to select this, not this. I hope this is doing what I think it's doing. Oh, actually, yeah, select that, X, dissolve edges. Okay, good. This is what I wanted. This here, this loop that goes around the shoulder. So that's how you do it. Now if you do notice, this side is flat and this side is flat instead of round. So let's try and fix those. Turn this on so we can see what we're doing. We just want to drag these out. So scale in the Y direction. You can have proportional on. Grab that and grab that. Scale in the Y direction to round it out. And also this elbow area. Scale in the Y direction. Actually this whole area here too. Oh, let's get rid of that. Scale in the Y direction to round it out. Then at this point we'll just be grabbing random spots and pulling them out. So grab Y, grab in the Y, let's round this area out as well. This side is good. Now this is not round at all. Let's see what we can do about rounding this out. And scale that down. See the reference? Still can scale that down more. Grab in the X direction. Actually scale this in the Z direction. Rotate in the X direction just a little bit. Did I do that the right way? No, I didn't. Rotate in the X direction. Just a tiny bit. So that's a lot rounder, which is a much better shape. That side and that side. Scale right. Scale in the direction, straighten it out. So this is looking good so far. So this is definitely going to need another loop cut. Let's bring that in a bit. So if you can actually have a butt, short arm, loop cut. And this is going to have to come out a lot. Grab in the Y direction. It's going to be much better bum shape. Numpad 3. Oh, no, wait. Numpad 6 to see the behind. Let's turn off this for just a moment. I'm going to move these proportional editing on. I'm going to try and make like the underside of the butt. Just bringing this down, bringing this up. So I'm going to drag this closer to make a butt crack. This is for science, okay? Don't laugh, class. If I catch you laughing because I said butt crack, you're getting sent outside to stand in the corner with a bucket. No laughing. This is serious work. Gonna make butts look like butts and hands look like hands. Bring these out. So that's gonna be more of a rounded shape now. So these going that way, these going that way, and then this is following appropriately. Gonna look more like a butt. Now, it does seem like this area is also included in the buttness, so let's see what we can do about that. We could give it less power over the shape. Whoops. Bring these up. Just doing this would give it more power over the shape. I hope this is keeping... Yeah, that's still keeping the shape, so we can bring this up. Okay, so right now we're gonna try and stick to this line of the underwear, because we're gonna put underwear on this character, because we're not having nude models. Actually, select this and then go across to see which ones you've edited. So you've edited that one, so this one can start going down now. And this one as well. So this line is going to be the underwear line. Try and bring this up so we can stick with those lines. We can add loop cuts if we need to. Let's see if this is going in the right direction. No. Let's bring that down. Bring this down as well, because this is the line we need to line up. It's okay if these are close together. It's gonna be a lot easier for editing the UVs. I'll tell you what those are later. Yeah, so this shape is a little broken now that I've moved that down, but it's okay. It's okay. Only takes a second to straighten back up. Go in this direction. Bring these up a bit. Okay, now I've got that shape. Alright, so that's looking better. More of a complicated shape, and she has a butt now. Now, you can shape that however you wanna. Let's add another loop here. Pull this out. Side. Bring that up. Bring this here. Alright, now for the chest, what we're going to do is we want it to come out here. So let's select that top line. And try and match it up with the side view as well. So this general area here. Let's go up. So we're going to grab parts of this line, and let's add another loop. Scale in this. Oops, let's turn off proportional. Scale Z to flatten that out. Scale Z. Bring this down. Scale. That is going in, which we don't want. So pull that out. Rotate. In the X a little bit. Now this is what we're gonna do. First we're gonna see how dramatic that is. And bring this down so it's less dramatic. Even though it's still pretty dramatic. Alright, select these faces. So, we want this one, this one, this one, this one, this one, this one. Do we want any others? This one, this one, this one. Let's do I. And then X, delete faces. Okay. That's going to be the chest. So, right now we want to bring these closer up. So let's double tap G to move those up. And also these ones as well, move them across a bit. Select this, we're gonna round it out. Go on the Z a little bit. Hit I. Oh, actually, no, let's not hit I. Let's go on the Z direction, round that out a bit. And then E to extrude, and S to scale. And then we're gonna hit F for face. We need to join some of these. Actually, it'd be better to just hit that, grab that, E to extrude, M, then M in the center. So E to extrude, right click once, and then M to join those in the center. I'm gonna get rid of some of these lines. So let's do that one, that one, that one, that one, that one, and that one. Is that right? X, dissolve edges. Alright. Actually, it might be better to get rid of them after. Let's see. Yeah, okay, definitely get rid of them after. So not just yet. Just gonna grab these. Try and round this out. Gonna grab these and move them in that direction. Grab this, portional editing on, grab in the Y direction. Now, I don't know if this is the perfect way to do the chest, but that's how I do it. It works for me. Now, actually, I think it would have been good to have a space down the middle, but it doesn't matter too much for now. If we really need to, we can make one. Let's see, actually. Let's put some loops around the belly button area. And there. Yeah, that won't work how I want it to. Yeah. Let's get rid of this. Dissolve edges. Dissolve edges. We want this here, really. So let's just cheat it. Let's turn off clipping for just a second. Grab in the X direction. Go in the X direction. And then it's like this. F to make a face. Turn clipping back on. And join this. At last. And then X dissolve edges. Oh yeah, that's what I wanted. And then we're going to Control R here. Gonna get rid of these. So X dissolve edges. This to this. Merge at last. Then we're gonna get rid of this. Nope, get rid of it. So X dissolve edges. Alright. So let's just grab K and put some cuts here. K. K. And K. So now there's that bit of a gap in the center. Go in the Y direction. That's better. Grab in the X direction. And what I do want to do is move these across. So like this and this. Smooth that out again. And we're gonna end this loop here, so I want that to go let's get rid of this line here. Let me see if that's a good idea. Actually, let's do this. Because that loop can be of use. Add another one here as well. So, this direction, this one here, X dissolve edges, this one here, X dissolve edges. So that loop goes down there. And I want it to stop here. So okay, do like that. Is that doing what I want it to do? X dissolve edges. Then X dissolve edges. Is that right? Yeah, but it's too low down. Okay. I'm getting confused. X dissolve edges. And here, that's the one. X dissolve edges. I will have a loop like that now. Which is alright. It's alright. It's not the last thing in the world. Plus, loops in this midsection are not bad. Let's bring that back. Grab in the Y direction. Actually, yeah, that shape there I don't like, so let's undo that. Grab in the X direction. It's a bit better. Okay. Wow, already an hour? Crazy. So that's for the head. Did we already attach the hands? No, we didn't. I got distracted. So that area is going to be okay. That area as well. Scale in the Y direction. Grab in the Y direction. In the Y direction. I'll put 2 loops here. Let's get rid of some of these. Okay. So this middle line we're keeping. Let's do this. And this. And this. Dissolve edges. Oh. Dissolve edges. There's the top of the hand, then on the bottom. Okay. Dissolve edges. Dissolve edges. This would also be a good shape for the middle of the hand. So that. And now for the sides. Which is basically going to be the same thing. So, okay. Let's dissolve edges. Dissolve edges there and dissolve edges there. Still having these square shapes, and the same on this side. Okay. Dissolve edges. And here too. It's gonna match up. 1, 2, 3. 2, 3, 1, 3, 1, 3. Okay. At last. At last. This is right. I have a feeling I've done something wrong. 1, 2, 3. Yeah, I must have. Okay. Okay. Let's get rid of these for a second. X, dissolve edges. Let me see. Because I have a feeling we don't need to get rid of those. So that, and then shift click, at last. Oop. Something selected that I don't want to. At last. At last. At last. Okay, yeah, we didn't need to get rid of those loops. At last. At last. I was thinking, what is going on with these numbers? Okay, we need to get rid of one of them. One of them we need to. Okay, fair. So, same thing we did last time, that triangle. Dissolve edges. Okay, so if you didn't watch that video, I added, in the video description, I believe, about getting rid of loops that you don't need. That is what I'm doing here, very heavily. So these loops, they're not really doing anything for the hand, except for, I'd say, helping to get rid of loops, if anything. That's what they're doing. But besides that, they're not really doing much. So I would just recommend to try and keep the shapes as square as you can, as far as that goes. And then it won't be too bad. It doesn't look too awful when you do it like this. Regardless though, a loop on the wrist would be good for movement. So just add an extra one, why not? Alright. And you know what? Let's see what we can do about this. So let's hit scale. And scale in the X direction too. Oh, clipping is off. Make sure your clipping is on. Scale in the X direction. Grab in the X direction. Grab in the Y direction. Trying to get this to match the reference a bit more. But it is a little tricky having that wide gap. Let's do that. Let's add a loop there. and bring these out. It doesn't need to be perfect, but just a little bit helps. It's not a terrible shape. Go to the side. I'm gonna add a bit of weight to this, so bring that down and out, and these down. Now it looks more. Now it looks more like it has some weight to it, and grab in the extraction. I'd always say to get out of this view and look in object mode. See if you like the look of how things are. So yours should look like the reference, because we're following the reference for a reason. Okay. And you could also turn on smoothing, so select the object and turn on shade smooth. You'll see how it looks like with that. Definitely gonna redo these fingers a little bit. So now this is how it looks. Alright? Okay, everyone. The video is a lot longer than I thought it would be, but that's what it takes to clean up a model. For now, and we haven't even started on the head. We'll start on the head tomorrow. Hope this was helpful. We're gonna keep cleaning some stuff up tomorrow, making sure this is a better shape. So I'll see you then. Okay? Next show class, make sure you show your work in the comments, attach an good pic, and we'll talk about it. I'll grade you and whatever if you want me to. I'll see you in the next class, everyone, and farewell.